normally seen at this time will not be presented. Stay tuned next for Celtics basketball action from the Garden.
Huh? All right. Again from Boston Garden. It's the Boston Celtics against the Washington Bullets, Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Celtics leading the series 1-0 with a 109-91 win over the Washington Bullets here at the Garden on Sunday. I'm Gil Santos along with Bob Cousy as the Celtics look to go 2-up in the series and the Bullets look to even it. Of course, it's the best of 7 Eastern semis. The winner of this series goes on to play the Philadelphia-Milwaukee winner in the Eastern Finals. Bob, first of all, Sunday's game. A game where the Bullets played very well for 2.5 quarters, and then the Celtics just took control, ran away and hit.
I thought the Bullets played about as well as they're capable of playing, and this is why it must be frustrating for them to implement their game plan so effectively. They wanted to slow it down. They wanted to play a half-court game. They never ran one fast break all day long, so in that sense, they were able to do what they wanted to do. And then secondly, Ballard and Rulin, in my opinion, did about as effective defensive job on Bird and Parrish, who have been a thorn, in the Bullet side all year long, as I've seen done, in 3 years really on Larry Bird. So all of that worked very well. They still came out of here with an 18-point loss. It's got to be very frustrating.
It's got to be even doubly frustrating, Bob, when you look at the Bullets. If you're a member of the Bullets team, you hold Larry Bird to 10 and Robert Parrish to 14, and you still end up getting poked by 18 points.
Now, this is what I'm saying. We come down to the critical factor,
yes,
not only in this series, but in any series the Celtics are going to play in this playoffs, is simply their depth. They have such an advantage, in this respect over any team. For Bill Fitch to be able to go to a well-rested and aggressive Rick Roby anyway with 2 minutes and I think 58 seconds left in the third quarter, and send them in against the Baltimore front line, Washington front line, that have been in the trenches for almost 3 quarters in an emotional atmosphere, somewhat drained. It's not a surprise to see Robes be as effective or even more effective than he normally is. And that was really the key to the game.
All right, we'll be back with a look at the starting lineups in just a moment.
Airborne presents the nightmare of shipping with the wrong Air Express company.
Hello? My package is 3 hours late.
One Air Express company is proud of its 95% before noon on-time delivery record, while Airborne says bunk. Anything under 100% isn't good enough. When thousands of packages aren't delivered on time, thousands of people are in big trouble. At Airborne, we're shooting for a 100% on-time record, and whatever it takes, we're going to make it. Airborne overnight, we're shooting for 100%.
Gasoline prices are coming down dramatically. To lower them even more, Arco has done something no other major oil company has done. We've gotten rid of our credit cards. And the $73 million we're saving in credit card costs, we're passing on to our dealers in the form of even lower gas prices. So for top quality gasoline, go to an Arco station and compare Arco prices.
And
18, Lee Jones.
Lee Jones.
And 11. Not Jake O'Donnell. Lee Jones, but I don't know who the alternate is.
Freshman's home of the Big Mac sandwich. You deserve a break today at McDonald's. Stop and Shop supermarkets. It's what goes on behind the shelves that makes a supermarket different. And the First National Bank of Boston, New England's leading bank, is looking for smaller companies with big ideas. And good evening, everyone. From the Garden, the Celtics and Bullets. Tonight, Game 2. The Celtics a 1-0 lead in the series. A 109-91 win over the Bullets on Sunday here at the Garden. First of all, Bill Fitch, your impressions of your ball club's play in Game 1.
Well, Gil, I think we probably played Washington's game the first half and got more into our ball game the second half. And I like the second half better than I did the first half. I felt that we shot the ball fairly well at every position except the ones that we normally get some real good shooting from, and that's Larry's spot and from Robert's spot. And any time you can go in only 2 down, and those 2 people haven't had any better night than what they had, you know that the second half should be better. And I thought that Larry did a great job in other areas other than scoring. And you take Bellard has to play that much defense on Larry. It takes away from his game at the other end. So all in all, I think it was a good first game. I think we'll have to play better tonight because I think you're going to see a more rested Washington team, a little bit more free and relaxed Washington team. And they should be a tougher opponent tonight than they were. Maybe we'll see 2 halves a little bit like the first half, only let's put us on top.
All right. Now, M.L. Carr, he's a key to you in this series. You've said that you need his shooting from outside. You need him to play well in order for the Celtics to do well in this series. He had an outstanding game for you on Sunday.
I thought he shot the ball well early, and that more or less dictated what their defense could do and couldn't do. And it was well timed because, again, Larry was not hitting, and Robert had probably his poorest shooting time on the floor and as long as I can remember this season. So if you get that outside shooting, it's going to keep the defense honest. And your inside game should be that much easier, and you should be able to get by with some drives later, you know, if they have to come out. And I think that's the thing that people forget. They had to come out on ML. And he was driving the second half, going to the hole, and I think he had probably 3 or 4 layups. You're not going to get those layups if you don't hit that outside shot first.
All right, how about the fact that you have been off for a week? Does that play any role in this, when you get to this point, does it play any role at all? That you were off for a week without game competition?
I don't think it makes too much difference. It hasn't, and it shouldn't with our ball club. With some clubs, it will. With our club, it shouldn't because we practice as hard as we play. We have good practice habits. Our people come to work. And I think if you asked our players, they'd probably tell you they would just as soon play a ball game as practice.
All right, how about this? Do you think that there is a difference in the way teams play in the playoffs than they do in the regular season?
Well, I think that it just comes from the nature of the game. You know, you're going to play each other 7 times, 4 at the minimum. And each time out, I know exactly what you're going to do.
Right. There are no surprises.
You're not going to surprise me. Now, there are a few wrinkles, and there are adjustments. And it's interesting to watch early in a ball game, like early in this ball game, to see what is Washington doing different. Okay. There might be just a little bit something that they pick up on, based on the fact that if they felt that they should have run a play against us. In other words, if they were successful, you remember they were lobbing the ball to Haywood.
Yes, they were.
You might see them try to go to Haywood even earlier tonight. And then you might see how we adjust to that particular play. But eventually, you're going to end up in that fourth quarter, and it's going to be right down to no surprises, all fundamentals, and you've got to execute.
And that's it.
And you've got to play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
So, basically, the whole thing with execution and intensity, that's really the biggest difference?
I think so. And the fact that you're rested. You're not coming off an airplane and having to play right away, and 4 in a row, and that type of thing, yeah.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Bill.
Make it 2 in a row.
Thank you.
We'll be back with the opening tap right after this.
I've pushed a lot of ships around this harbor. I haven't lost one yet. When you finally get them on your own, that's when you realize how thirsty you are and how good a cold beer is going to taste.
That's it, guys. It's Miller time.
Miller time. Time for America's quality beer.
Home again.
Miller High Life.
If you got the time, some Miller's for my Miller's got the beer.
Bet you never thought of this as a shopping bag. Well, McDonald's goes to market, too. To Idaho for firm, meaty russets. And we pick only lean, 100% pure beef. The dairy gives us fresh milk and golden American cheese. McDonald's lettuce is picked crisp and fresh. Our fruits juicy and ripe. All the makings for a good meal.
Big Mac sandwich, fries, and apple pie.
We've got quality in the bag.
Phil Santos and Bob Cousy once again at the Garden as the clubs continue to go through their warm-ups. We're just moments away from the tap-off of tonight's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Bob, the Celtics have beaten the Washington Bullets 6 times in the regular season. They beat them by an average spread of 15 points, 124 to 109. The Celtics beat the Bullets 109 to 91, as we were talking about earlier in the opening game here on Sunday. Now they've beaten them 7 times in a row. Does this become a factor? A, is Washington going to push all the harder to try to beat the Celtics? And B, will the Celtics relax at all, knowing that they've beaten this team 7 times in a row?
I'd say normally that's more of a factor during the season when 2 teams are matched the way these clubs are, and again, without the intensity of the playoff competition, Gil. Normally in playoff competition, the teams are apprehensive enough where they don't sit back on laurels. In other words, the Celtics are not going to say, hey, we've beaten this guy 6 times, therefore we can take it easy. They're too concerned to do that at this point. If they go up 3, maybe they're going to relax a little in the 4th game, but I think at this juncture it's premature. Between 2 very evenly matched teams, then it plays more of a role.
All right. Let's take a look at the way these clubs played each other during the season. We told you the Celtics beat the Washington Bullets 6 times in the regular season in 6 games. An average spread of 15 points, 124 to 109. That's what the Celtics average against, 107 to 98. That's an average of 9 points. The Celtics high was 124. The Bullets high was 109. So the Celtics ended up beating this club by an average of 9 points in the regular season. And over 6 games, that's a pretty good spread, especially here at the Boston Garden, where the Celtics won by 24 points on opening night, where they won by 13 points later on in November, and then where they won again by 10 late in March. Now, down in Washington, the Celtics had a little more trouble. They only won by 6 points, by 1 point, and again by 1 point, and that was the overtime game. You remember Danny Ainge stuck a jumper with no time left to tie the game in regulation time. So the Celtics have pretty well handled them. There's the starting 5 for Washington. Here at the Garden, they've had a little more trouble down in Washington. The starting 5 for the Bullets: Spencer Haywood, Greg Ballard, Rick Mahorn, Frank Johnson, and Don Collins. Johnson, Bob, is a young man who has an awful lot of ability, but he's also the kind of a player, being a rookie, if he hits his first couple of outside shots, he's going to be taking shots all night long. This is what happened to him on Sunday, I thought.
Well, yeah, he hit pretty well, especially in the first half, and I thought he penetrated well. I like the kid, as you know, and I thought he played an effective game on Sunday. I agree. Gene Shue has pretty much changed his backcourt since the season began. Yeah. Collins is starting in place of Kevin Greavy, which is somewhat of a surprise. Greavy's been an offensive threat in this league for years, and of course Johnson has beaten out John Lucas. I think Johnson's shooting potential, especially since Gene Shue would prefer to break this down to a half-court game, and they ran the half-court pattern very effectively the first half of Sunday. I think Johnson, it's more necessary for him to be in there because the fact that he shoots well allows him to run the offense better. Lucas does not shoot well, doesn't look for his shot, and as a result, I think the half-court offense breaks down more with him in there.
All right, good point. Celtics starting lineup: Tiny Archibald, M.L. Card, the guards, Robert Parrish in the middle, and of course Larry Bird and Cedric Maxwell up front. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we walked.
national anthem. Very well done by Freddie Tag Tenaglia of Brighton. Now we're just about set to go as we look at Bill Fitch and his Celtics. Casey Jones, Jimmy Rogers, and all of the Celtics grouping around for the last couple of seconds of pregame chat. Coming into the game, Larry Bird averaging 25 points per game over the regular season against the Bullets. Of course, had only 10 on Sunday, and averaging 11 rebounds a game against Washington. Cedric Maxwell averaged 12 points a game and 6 rebounds against the Bullets. Robert Parrish, 19.5 points a game and 10 rebounds a game against the Bullets. Tiny Archibald averaged 11 points a game and 7 assists, and M.L. Carr averaged 7.5 a game points and 5.5 assists. Washington, oddly enough, only one player on the Bullets played better against the Celtics than he did against the rest of the league, and that was Greg Ballard, who averaged 20 points a game against the Celtics and 8 rebounds. Now, the 8 rebounds matches his season average against the league, but he averaged 18.8 against the rest of the league. So he played better against the Celtics in the 6 games they played than he did against the rest of the NBA over the whole season.
I'll tell you, he didn't knock him dead offensively on Sunday, but I thought he did about as good a job on Larry Bird as I've seen done, as we pointed out, and I agree completely with Bill Fitch. On the other hand, I think it took so much out of him trying to deny Bird the ball that it affected his offense. He scored 10, and as you said, he's averaging 18 and change. And the same thing with Rowland on Parrish. Rowland's the second highest scorer with almost 15 a game, and he only scored 5, despite, you know, doing the job on Parrish. So,
all right, the Celtics control the tap, and we're underway. Larry Bird. They immediately go to Parrish, who tries to go to work on Mahorn, backing him in. Chief misses the shot. And the rebound is taken down by the rookie from Wake Forest, Frank Johnson of the Washington Bullets.
Mahorn was in foul trouble early, as he is prone to do. Johnson goes in nicely. Tiny's got to work harder on him. He did a lot of that in the first half on Sunday. I think they'll probably try to attack Mahorn quickly and see if they can't pick up a couple of quick fouls on him.
So Frank Johnson's very nice penetrating move gives the Bullets a 2-0 lead, and you see Ballard playing tight on Bird, very tight. Again, they go to Parrish, and the ball is stolen. Ballard to Frank Johnson. This is Don Collins going in for a stuff. It is 4-0 Washington here in the opening minute of play at the Garden. M.L. Carr being picked up in the backcourt by Ballard. And now Tiny Archibald. Well, the Celtics have gone to Parrish twice, missed the first shot, and the second time around the ball was taken away.
First one he got a pretty good shot off. Second time he put the ball down in traffic and didn't protect it. Spencer Haywood gets a piece of the Maxwell jumper. Celtics are starting flat here.
Very flat. This is Collins on the drive, partially blocked, and Parrish with the ball. Intercepted by Johnson. Mahorn tipped it back to Frank Johnson. He does not hit the open jumper, and Bird loses the rebound to Don Collins. Bird had it. Collins stole it away. Oh, we're a minute and a half into the game, and Washington leads 4-0. Frank Johnson. He gets it into Ballard, who can hit that shot, and he does. 6-0, the Washington Bullets lead.
Washington has obviously come not only to play, but to get themselves a win and even up this series tonight. They have sustained their intensity from Sunday. Boston, at the moment at least, playing very lethargic.
All right, Bird trying to go on Ballard, who's on him like a glove. Behind the back pass to Parrish is stolen by Mahorn. So the Bullets are playing alert basketball. This is the second one they've stolen. Spencer Haywood, 8-0 Washington. And the Celtics immediately call for a timeout. And we have a mess up on the clock. Our officials, by the way, are Ed Middleton and Jack Madden. Okay, we have 9 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. From the Garden, it's the Bullets 8 and the Celtics nothing.
Some ideas are so simple, they're easy to overlook. Some so complicated, they're hard to understand. Others have even been called long shots. At Bank of Boston, we're looking for smaller companies with big ideas. Our business is to recognize them and develop them. To us, it's not the size of your company, it's the size of your idea. Put your bright idea to work at New England's leading bank, Bank of Boston. The bank at work.
When you get through the ice and snow, rain, a long hot summer, you'll get through if you have a Navigator. Kelly Navigator steel-belted radios with a computer-designed tread for traction in bad weather. and a center rib for a smooth ride all year long. Kelly Navigators. Put 'em on. Keep 'em on. They'll get you through. Kelly Springfield. We're out to change America's tires.
Go with the winning teams this season, the Boston Celtics, Kelly and Merchants Tire Company. Merchants has 9 convenient locations throughout eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island to serve you.
Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden. We are having a problem with the scoreboard and showing 9:42 left to play in the first quarter of action. However, it's also got a 9 up there, backwards 9, if you will. Anyhow, the Celtics, want to remind you first of all, this telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV Sports. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV is prohibited. The Bullets leading 8-0. They've hit 4 out of 5 shots. The Celtics have taken 2 shots, missed them both. One was an air ball, and they've had the basketball stolen from them 3 times. So to say that the Celtics are off to a stumbling start, I think would be kind. Playing kind of poorly right now and really just standing around. Now they're starting to move a little bit. ML Carr on the drive, blocked by Haywood, and Washington brings it back. The Celtics still have not hit. Collins nearly walks. He gets it over to Ballard. Missed shot, and Ballard, Mahorn the rebound. He should be called for a loose ball. He will be. Rick Mahorn is called for a loose ball. He came flying in from the foul line for that one. Gene Shue obviously finds it a humorous call. So far, Bob, the Celtics haven't exactly reminded us of the 81-82 Celtics.
Well, you know, you talked about beating them 6 times, now 7 with the playoff win. Another bad shot by Tiny Archibald.
Celtics have taken 4 shots. 3 of them have been air balls. Collins hits to make it 10-0 Washington.
Good job. Bill Fitch in the opening talked about watching for any changes. I'll tell you one change. Washington, all of a sudden is looking to push the ball up quickly and run.
Maxwell sneaking one in.
Well, not an artistic success, but he got 2 out of it. Just bowled his way to that offensive rebound. Now, Washington has been pushing that ball up floor quickly. As we mentioned in the first game, they never once looked to get it down there and look for a fast break opportunity. They've done it constantly so far in the first quarter.
Okay, another timeout has been taken here with 8.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. The Celtics have just hit their first basket of the ball game. It is the Bullets 10 and the Celtics 2.
When I was a girl growing up in New England, my mother always told me, don't wear too much makeup. Now we laugh about it all the time when we talk on the phone. But we always wait till after 5, because that's when the rates go down.
Any weeknight after 5, you can call anywhere in the country and talk for a quarter of an hour for less than $4.70, and the second 15 minutes are even less.
Mom, she stole the show. Reach out and touch someone.
Being a lumberjack, you'd think the last thing I'd do on my day off is climb a tree. If you knew how much we got for winning, you'd know we don't do it for the money. But after it's over, the one thing we'd better get is a really great beer. Nice race.
Come on, guys. It's Miller time. Miller time. Time for America's quality beer.
You know I let you win, don't you?
Miller High Life.
If you got the time, Miller's got the beer. Lots of ruckus.
It's the McDonald's Quality Game, Earl. Thousands of possible winners every day. We may be next.
At McDonald's.
Other playoff games in the NBA tonight. Milwaukee at Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference. In the West, it will be Phoenix at Los Angeles and San Antonio at Seattle, where the Spurs won the other night and upset in the opening game. All right, Frank Johnson for the Washington Bullets. Against the Celtics, he averaged 11 points a game on the season, and a whistle and foul on Greg Ballard.
Jack Madden, one of the 2 officials, Jack Madden and Ed Middleton. Lee Jones is the alternate in playoff competition. They send a 3-man crew in case one of the officials gets hurt. They have another one standing by.
All right, Tiny Archibald. The Celtics are down by 8, 10-2 here in the early going. Maxwell with several moves. Gets his own offensive rebound, keeps the ball alive, but Ballard comes away with it. Ballard nearly lost control. Now Johnson. Alone in the corner is Spencer Haywood. And the Chief has the rebound. 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Another pass interception, but Collins went out of bounds with it. The Bullets are reacting very quickly to the ball.
The Celtics have made more careless plays in the last first 4 minutes of the game than I've seen them make maybe in the entire season. It's just incredible. It's like they're sleepwalking out there and simply not being careful at all to what they do with the ball.
Parrish missing the shot. Celtics have hit only one hoop so far in the ball game in the first 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Rick Mahorn facing up at the basket and hitting, and he does that with regularity. He can hit that shot. Archibald trying to push it all the way through. Doesn't get it.
That's what you're going to see Tiny attempting to do, at least in a slow-down game, or for that matter, an up-tempo game. We told you Washington's trying to run, but Bill Fitch wants the Celtics to push that ball down for as quickly as possible. Not necessarily to take the first shot that shows if it's not on a fast break opportunity. In other words, if the break is not there, he wants them to pull it back out and, you know, set up and then be patient with the offense. They didn't do this on Sunday, and I think this is one of the problems they got into in the first half. But they do want to push the ball up quickly.
All right, Archibald hitting the 2 free throws. The foul was on Spencer Haywood, his first. The Bullets have 3 so far in the first quarter. The Celtics don't have any. 12-4. Here's our score. Johnson dishing off inside, and Larry Bird with a loose ball. Ahead to Carr. They're 3 on 2. Ball loose. Parrish lays it in.
I'll tell you, they got lucky. Another careless pass by ML. Almost took that break away from him.
By the way, the Bullets, one of their 3 fouls was an offensive foul. But they only have 2 team fouls in the quarter. Johnson gets it inside, but Parrish has the quick hands to prevent it. Carr. Alley-oop to Bird.
That's a nice play. ML had his eye on that play and watched it develop all the way down. He kept his eye on Johnson, who was looking to move in and perhaps steal, but he saw Bird moving slowly down in that weak side lane and then completed it with a beautiful alley-oop pass.
So it's 12-8. The Celtics tighten up on defense as they get a blocked shot by Maxwell. Loose ball, Archibald, ML Carr. They're 3 on 2. Gets it to Bird. Open jumper, of course. You don't give Larry Bird 3 feet. 12-10. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Celtics have outscored the Bullets now on a run of 10-2 to get back in the ball game.
Well, I'm a little surprised. You know, his strategy, granted he lost by 18, but the slowdown strategy worked effectively for him, I thought, on Sunday. This is what can happen when you try to run with the Celtics. You know, a 10-point lead can be dissipated very quickly. Collins fouls Parrish on the rebounding action.
That will be the 3rd team foul now on the Bullets in the quarter. And the first on Don Collins, second-year player, played at Washington State, 6'6". They got him from the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for Wes Matthews. All right, Tiny Archibald. Celtics looking to tie the game to strip up the floor. Parrish doesn't have the baseline shot. ML from about 20 feet rims it, and Haywood gets the rebound.
Not a good shot there. ML forced it. They can get better than that. The outside shot should be the last option. Parrish had the good position, and I would assume they'd want to go inside to rob it if they have the choice.
Foul will be called. This is on Cedric Maxwell. It'll be his first personal and the first team foul on the Celtics in the quarter. 5:07 left to play. First quarter, 12-10, the Bullets are leading. Celtics went scoreless in the first 3.5 minutes of the quarter. Tied up by Robert Parrish for a jump ball.
Good job. He kind of hopped into that middle there. And had a half a step on Larry Bird, but Robert came over and was able to get that long arm of his on the ball. If the man comes down with it, it's a jump ball. If it's knocked out of his hands on that kind of a play, the ball is still alive and in play.
Bird shifting gears and dishing off beautifully to Parrish, but a whistle. And a foul is called. The foul is on Greg Ballard. It is the 2nd personal on Ballard and the 4th on the Bullets as a team.
Celts have 5 minutes now to try to exploit that team foul situation. They'll be shooting bonus.
On the next one. All right, Parrish working on Mahorn with several moves, and he's caught.
Mahorn doing a good job defensively on Robert. Robert turned and faced on him and laid a few moves on him, but Mahorn stayed right home, didn't go for them, and finally created a walking violation on Parrish.
Discussion now between Jack Madden and Gene Shue on the far side.
We'll be talking to Gene at halftime, by the way. A lot of people, certainly in Washington, feel that he should be the candidate for Coach of the Year this year. And based on the way this team has come along,
it's tough to deny.
Might be justified.
Mahorn now to Haywood. Blocked from behind by Parrish. Bird the outlet to
Beautiful
Archibald.
pass.
Beautiful pass. Tie game. Larry Bird. Full court pass to Tiny Archibald.
Give a lot of people credit for that one. A start with Parrish for that nice defensive play, and then the fine lead pass by Bird.
Tell you, Robert, the Celtics are climbing all over them defensively ever since the timeout. They have really done the job defensively.
I'll tell you, that slow start may have been therapeutic because they've really put it in second gear here, and everything with the fast break tempo, the offense, and especially the defense have picked up. They're really helping each other out.
Celtics have outscored the Bullets 12-2 since the 8.5-minute mark of this quarter.
Look at Ballard following Bird around. It's really an interesting matchup. Ballard is working extremely hard. But you can only do it against an offensive threat with the arsenal of weapons that Bird has at his command. You know, you can only do it for so long. Ballard did it for 48 almost the other day, but I'll tell you, it can't continue.
Bird's hoop puts the Celtics ahead at 14-12, and a foul is going to be called. Foul will be called here on Cedric Maxwell. Foul is called on Cedric Maxwell. Now Jack Madden signals ML Carr. First signal number 31. And immediately on that, Bill Fitch jumped up. So the foul will go to Carr. That's ML's first and the Celtics second. Boston leading now 14-12 with 3:20 to go. And Haywood ties the game at 14. Jeff Rulin getting set to come in for Washington. He'll be the first substitute of the game. Maxwell dishing off to Parrish. They kick it back outside. 3 seconds called against the Celtics. Now Jeff Rulin comes in for the Bullets, replacing Spencer Haywood.
Well, Spencer's done quite a job for this club this year. I think he's finally reached late in his career the potential really that everyone predicted for him when he first came into this league. He started off well at Seattle, but never was able to sustain it. Got in trouble with 2 or 3 teams. Went over to Italy last year. And I guess seems to have matured. Steal by Bird.
And a re-steal by Frank Johnson. They've got Collins with him for 2.
Oh, nice play.
Great play.
Beautiful play by Johnson. He anticipated that ML Carr leap and just gently floated the ball over his outstretched arm, and Collins finished it off beautifully.
All right, Tiny Archibald for the Celtics. Moves around Johnson, and the ball goes out of bounds. Here's the last hoop by the Bullets, which is a dandy.
There it is. You see Johnson's got his eye on Carr all the way. He fakes the shot, which gets ML up in the air, and then just floats it over his arm.
All right, ML Carr posting up on Collins. Instead gets it to Parrish, who has Rulin on him. The shot won't roll for Robert Parrish. And the Bullets come down with 2:20 to go in the quarter. Washington leading 16-14. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Johnson. Collins and now Ballard on the turnaround. Parrish the rebound. Archibald pushing it up in a hurry. Gives to the trailing man Parrish, and he gets his first hoop on the outside jumper. That's his first outside shot that's gone in for him. The other one was a layup. I think he had missed 4 in a row prior to that jumper going through, so it's 16 all, a low-scoring first quarter.
Well, this is what you're going to get between these two teams because of the slowdown that Washington tries to affect. There's a foul by Johnson. You know, Celtics haven't picked it up yet, but Frank Johnson is anticipating the outlet to Tiny. Obviously, they know the Celtics want to go to them with that rebound outlet, and he's kind of hanging in there. He plays off just enough to tease you and try to coax you into making the pass, and then he moves in, and the kid is quick enough where that time he got a hand on the ball. But who was it, Ballard that fouled or Johnson?
They gave the foul to Johnson. Ballard was trailing the play. Archibald getting the first free throw. He's 3 out of 3 at the foul line. The Celtics lead 17-16. Minute 38 to go in the quarter. The Celtics lead 18-16. Frank Johnson, 6'2", rookie from Wake Forest, first-round pick of the Bullets, 23 years old. Averaged 11 points a game against the Celtics in the 6 games they played each other the regular season. This is another rookie, Charles Davis, who misses the shot, and Bird gets the rebound. Bird on the runner. Oh, what a beautiful shot by Bird.
So he went up in the air and waited for one of his 2 lanes to open up. When the defense fell off him, he still managed to maintain his balance and make the shot.
That was really an incredible athletic play by Bird. Jeff Rulin moving in for 2.
That's what he'll do if you give him that position. Rulin, very effective if he gets the low position with the ball. He's got to front him, try to keep it away.
Played well against the Celtics this season. Shot misses by Parrish. Rulin averaged 13 a game against the Celtics in the regular season and had 10 blocked shots, which made him the Washington leader against the Celtics. That's one area where the 2 clubs Rulin inside.
Again, that time they fronted him, and Davis with a nice little lob over the defensive front. The weak side didn't get over there quickly enough.
So it's 20-20 with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tiny Archibald with it. The Celtics have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Archibald penetrating. Now to ML. Open push shot. No good. Bird can't get the rebound. Rulin does. To Collins. He'll have time.
Well, as you can see, folks, they're running. It's catching the Celtics somewhat by surprise.
And so the Bullets pull ahead of the 14 playoff games that have been played in the NBA.
A little better free throw shooting team, too. They're shooting 75% for the year. Celtics only 70. Celtics with a pretty good rebounding edge, however.
The missed shot, but the rebound by Rulin won't go. He tips it up and in. Jeff Rulin changes for the Celtics. Gerald Henderson has replaced M.L. Carr, and Kevin McHale has replaced Robert Parrish.
Outstanding job by Rulin.
Larry Bird has hit 5 out of 5 so far in this game. Washington has put John Lucas now into the backcourt. Lucas is the point guard for Washington, joining Collins. They try to go inside to Haywood on the turnaround. McHale, the partial block. The ball right into the hands of Archibald. The Celtics are 4-on-2. Henderson on the blind pass from Archibald knocks it home. Game tied at 24. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. All right, Washington has Collins and Lucas at the guards. Rulin in the middle with Davis, and the ball kicked and going out of bounds off the Celtics. It'll be Washington ball. Davis and Haywood the forwards. Now Greavy comes in for the Bullets, and he will replace Don Collins. So it's Greavy, Lucas, Davis, Rulin, and Haywood for Washington. Archibald, Henderson, Maxwell, McHale, and Bird for the Celtics.
Greavy, a fine offensive. Nice job by John Lucas.
Yes,
you were saying earlier, John's problem is he doesn't generate enough offense. I'll tell you, he looked pretty good on that one.
Archibald takes it right back at him, misses the shot, and a charging foul is called for the bonus free throw.
He still likes to get it back too quickly when his man scores. And a lot of times he's a little over anxious. He's generally so sustained and so aggressive. I think, those weaknesses can be exploited better than the regular season.
Halftime score, Philadelphia 57, Milwaukee 44, as the Sixers are up by 13. Bird gets it to Gerald Henderson, who dishes off to McHale for 2. Oh, it's 28-26 now. The Celtics are back within 2. 10 minutes to go first half. Bullets, as they did on Sunday, playing well here in the first half. John Lucas and now Charlie Davis. Archibald trying to play up on Lucas. It's Jeff Rulin. Rulin on the runner. No, Maxwell the rebound. Maxwell takes a spill as he came up the floor. Henderson alone underneath for 2.
Good job by Tiny there. He let the play develop and then ran the fastball through the pack to Henderson, who would move well without the ball.
Oh, it's 28 apiece. 9.5 minutes to go first half.
Celtics, however, allowing Washington to run their offense.
7 points in the game for him. Now 8 for Jeff Rulin, and the Bullets are back on top, 30-28. All right, Larry Bird.
Here's that token zone pressure that Washington likes to get in.
Nice job by Archibald.
Tiny picked it apart that time. 4 points for Max.
John Maxwell sneaking along the baseline and just dumped it to him nice and soft.
After a made free throw, they like to get in the...
Well, the thing is right down the middle so far in the first half.
I think overall, however, Washington has played a better first half of basketball. Neither team is playing as intensely defensively as they did on Sunday, and I think the shooting statistics kind of reflect this.
Air ball there by Haywood. That was tough defensive pressure by Bird. 8:40 to go. First half. Celtics have led a couple of times. The Bullets have led once by as many as 10. Bird on the run is called for step. Oh, Washington will bring it back.
Celtic offense continues to stutter. It almost appears, you know, the point you brought out earlier about whether a letdown eventually sinks in when you're beating a team this often. Almost seems like they feel they can do it too easily.
There's Rulon again. That's about the 5th time. He averaged 13 a game, averaged 8.5 rebounds against the Celtics in the 6 games they played. Henderson trying to move on Greavy. Now Bird. McHale. The turnaround off Rulon. The rebound by Haywood. Not a good shot. All right, Greavy for Washington. Spencer Haywood from downtown. And the Bullets lead by 4 again, 34-30.
6 for Spencer, and again, the advantage of a big guy like him that can go outside. You know, the defense is going to let down. They're normally going to give you that outside shot. They don't want to let you in when you're as big and strong and have the moves that Haywood has. So if you can hit it from out there, well, you're going to pick up 2 or 3 hooks again.
All right, Archibald cuts the Washington lead back to 2 points. 7.5 minutes to go, first half. Haywood backing in, little fingertip roll.
Well, that's what we're talking about. You know, that's where he does most of his damage, inside.
Bird, 6 for 6 in the first half for Larry Bird.
And then, of course, there's Bird, who does his damage all over the court, in the locker room.
He now has 12 points on the evening. He had 10 on Sunday in the whole game. Robert Parrish getting set to check in for the Celtics. Kevin Greavy's 3-point shot misses, and Bird gets the rebound. Henderson on the outlet pass. Doesn't get the hoop. Washington back quickly. Kevin Greavy pushing it up. Now John Lucas. Talk about a bad shot.
Now, John will do that.
A horrendous shot.
That's another reason why Frank Johnson has pretty much taken his job away. Kevin Porter's waiting in the wings to come back.
Bird misses his first shot, but the Celtics keep it alive. Excellent.
Joe Henderson with a fine, fine play. That interior passing again that the Celtics do so well, picking out those 3 men. Here it is. Henderson, you notice, just by looking at the basket, draws Rulon away from Max into him, and then all it took was a little flick.
Kevin Greavy, the former Kentucky Wildcat, missing the shot, but Spencer Haywood is there for the bound and the hoop, and the Celtics now want a timeout. As in case we ever get over there for a game, you never know. Bird has 12 points to lead all scorers. Haywood and Rulon 10 each for Washington. All right, into the ball game. Chris Ford starts to move on Kevin Greavy and gets the scoop shot.
Nice job. The old pro went right under Kevin. Kevin was looking for the sweeping hook above ground. Kevin went underground with it and did a nice job.
A subterranean route.
Yes, sir.
Ball out of bounds off of the Celtics. Washington will put it in play with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Jeff Rulon into Greavy, who takes the open jumper, and he hits it. 40-38, Washington by 2. On the floor for the Celtics now, we have Henderson and Ford at the guards, Parrish back in the middle, McHale and Maxwell up front as Bird has come out with Archibald. Washington has Frank Johnson back in the game with Greavy at the guards. Rulon in the middle, Haywood and Ballard are the forwards. Maxwell spinning for the jump hook. 40-40, 5 minutes to go.
Does that well. He throws so many moves at you so quickly that you've got to respond to either one when you're that close to the basket, and eventually it'll create an opening for him.
I thought Maxwell did a good defensive job on Ballard the other on Sunday as
that
well.
had a lot to do with it, too.
Whoa.
Well, he showed you the kind of range he has. We talked about it a while ago. That was about 20 feet, yeah.
Spencer Haywood puts the Bullets back ahead, 42-40. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first half. Chris Ford takes the 20-footer, air ball, loose ball. Rulin has it. And the interception by Henderson, the great pass to Ford as Henderson thought he might walk with it, so he dished it off, and McHale banks it home. 42 all. Well, the officials, Lee Jones and Jack Madden, are letting the boys play.
Well, it's not as physical as Sunday. As we told you, they're not digging in with the same defensive intensity, so it's going to be, in my opinion, a much more high-scoring game. Ballard, White set. Take a rest.
Rick Mahorn checks back in for the Bullets. All right, Gerald Henderson, we're tied at 42. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the half. McHale and Mahorn for two. Kevin just backed him up a little bit and popped it home.
McHale is so tough for everyone to guard in the league, but on Sunday, here it is. There's McHale with the position. Mahorn giving him a little chest there, but he's not tall enough. On Sunday, Gene Shue had Mahorn guarding Max and Rulin guarding McHale when they were in there together. That's a switch he made.
McHale hits the free throw, and the Celtics lead by 3, their biggest lead of the game. McHale averaged 13.5 against the Bullets over their 6 games. Frank Johnson. Haywood, who's had an excellent first half, goes to the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds with it.
Good move.
Yeah, Spencer's played so well this season, Bob.
Exactly.
He really has.
Well, you know, we said earlier they were predicting him to be one of the premier power forwards in the league when he first came in, and for a while lived up to that reputation, but wasn't able to sustain it. But he's shown you the flexibility he has tonight. He went outside from 19 or 20 feet. He took Bird inside on a move. That time he put the ball on the floor, forward from on top, and got it done. So he can do a lot of things and play some D and get the boards as well.
Celtics have scored. Has really been a key to the Bullets making the playoffs and having a good season.
Gus, I think, lived in a Seattle suburb, so he
didn't
came
have
back,
far to come back
from the suburb to the city. Yeah.
Mahorn, no. Ball tipped into the hands of Robert Parrish. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. The Celtics have had a 5-point run here to take a lead of 47-42. McHale. Now Cedric Maxwell. 6 seconds on the shot clock, and the Celtics throw it away.
The first game, I think they had like 12 and 15 or 10 and 15. Celtics having the lesser amount. So, again, in the slow-down posture, you won't get as many turnovers.
Haywood missing. McHale outlet intercepted by Johnson. Maxwell. Loose ball foul is going to be called on Cedric Maxwell.
Yes, and I'm sure Washington is keeping those guys home, trying to anticipate where the outlet's going to go and looking to steal.
Loose ball foul is called on the play. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Celtics leading 47-42. Donnie Archibald on the floor with Bird, Ford, Parrish, and McHale. Bird hits.
He's got it flowing tonight.
14 points for Larry Bird in the first half. He's missed only 1 shot, 7 out of 8.
Plus, he doesn't have Ballard in there at the moment, and even when he was in, Ballard was not overplaying with the same intensity, so the offense is opening up a little bit.
Frank Johnson scored in 3.5 minutes. Haywood. He seems to have cooled off. Rebound is tipped out of bounds. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Well, Celts got a little bit of a break
yes,
there. Kevin McHale caused that ball to go out of bounds, but both officials were not. Should be an advantage for the Celts.
It is. Larry Bird and now Archibald. Minute and 10 left in the first half. We'll be on the air Saturday afternoon at 1 from Landover with Game 3. In this Eastern semifinal as the Celtics look to repeat as NBA champs. Parrish on the baseline. No. McHale keeps it alive, but it doesn't go anywhere. Mahorn comes down. 50 seconds now. Johnson. Haywood tried to hook a pass to Rulin.
Underneath, I think he'd have had the good inside position on the layup.
Larry Bird, who's hit 7 out of 8 shots here in the first half. Now Parrish. Over Rulin. No. Tip in McHale.
Beautiful. Rulin continues to play that Parrish sky jump very well. He waits till he turns. Robert's got to give him a fake because he's moving in and just bothering him enough. I haven't seen anyone play him that way. He needs one fake before he takes the shot on Rulin.
Rulin nearly walked with an air ball, however, and a loose ball.
He's used to having a couple of guys hanging all over him that close to the basket.
15 seconds to go in the first half. The Celtics have scored 9 unanswered points. Archibald to Parrish, and Robert is called for steps with 8 seconds to go.
Oh, Rulin's really got him thinking about it. See, that time he tried to fake the shot and then go, but
they have 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Now Haywood, and a foul will be called.
They give it to you from where you're out of bounds. They're just going to forget the whole thing.
Also, you know, the rewarding years, and this certainly has been one of those years where, you know, it's been a pleasure to be with the team. We have a group of guys that, you know, not much expected out of them. They've worked hard. The chemistry has really been good. The team attitude, the club is always loose. You would not believe.
That goes a long way. Obviously the esprit de corps and the relationships, which we talk about and sometimes sounds a little hokey, I suppose. The intangibles, the Celtic mystique they always talk about. You have to have the talent, but that helps bring it together, I think.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt about it. We have all those intangibles. Our club does lack, you know, a little bit as far as talent is concerned, you know, because we don't have, like, a great deal of depth and so forth. But with all the intangibles we have, and I can't tell you how important that has been to our team. It's been just a unique group. The club is always loose. The big games, I mean, if you go
there, Washington, Frank Johnson, along with Don Collins, Mahorn, Ballard, and Haywood. Washington with the ball to start the second half. Mahorn, who hit one face-up jumper in the first half, comes up short with that one, but Collins, Johnny on the spot, picks up the loose ball and lays it in. 51-46. We have just started the second half here at the Garden. Don't forget, Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, here on TV4, we'll have Game 3 for you in this series. Bird trying to get it inside the Carr, but Collins with a good defensive play.
All the way around from the weak side, trying to get him the inside position, but then Collins did a good job fronting, and they delayed the pass in, which took up the time.
All right, M.L. Carr with a long jumper, no good. Mahorn, Carr the steal, loose ball, Collins to Haywood, and he almost walked with it. Ballard misses the jumper. Carr goes to the floor. Ballard the turnaround, no good. Play getting just a tad physical. Archibald is grabbed by Don Collins, and that's a foul on Collins. Parrish, who has not been connecting with his jumper so far in this Washington series. Robert tries it again. This time he hits number 1 of the second half.
Should have a little better luck against Mahorn on that fall-away jumper than Rulin, and for the reason we pointed out. Rulin is timing it well. When he turns, he runs in at him and gives him maximum pressure, as opposed to Mahorn just kind of falling off and giving him the shot.
Looking for Frank Johnson, he has him. Now Ballard and Johnson again, a little surprised at the return pass, and we're going to have a foul called on the Bullets.
Oh, Mahorn just kind of leaned in a tiny, picked up his third personal.
So that's 3 on Mahorn and 3 on Ballard for Washington, the only people in foul trouble. Second team foul on the Bullets in the third quarter. Archibald has Johnson guarding him, and now Bird trying to loop it into Maxwell, but the ball went astray, and Washington comes away with it. Johnson shifting gears nicely. I don't think he really wanted to shoot. He wanted to pass, but ended up taking the shot. Parrish plays ping pong off the boards to get the rebound. Maxwell. Robert the trailer. Open jumper. He's hit 2 in a row here in the second half. It appears as though the Chief has found his shooting touch, which had deserted him for a while. 55-46, the Celtics equal their biggest lead. Haywood. Haywood hasn't hit anything, Bob, since we started talking about how well he's played. Collins a rebound, but a whistle and a push. All right, Ballard. Maxwell's done an extraordinary defensive job on Ballard. Haywood inside, gets 2. Archibald nearly had his dribble disturbed by Frank Johnson. Carr. Parrish off to Carr in the give and go.
Nice play. ML's first hoop. ML, who was the MVP along with Rick Roby in the first game, scoring 21 points, gets his first 2. He's been a little quiet so far tonight.
Ballard cross-court Collins, and the shot is good. ML was looking for a charge and didn't get it.
Well, he came over from the weak side to help out and then tried to rush back. Oh, Maxwell.
Magnificent move by Maxwell. As he drew the foul and hit the jump hook. Watch this.
Oh, there's plenty over the Bird into Maxwell, who brings it in, and again the good faith gets Mahorn up off his feet, and then stuff soup after that. Max does it so well. He leans in, and generally in such a way that he will pick up the foul and also, of course, be able to get the shot off and hopefully get the three-pointer, which he got in this case.
Just saw the numbers on Maxwell against the Bullets on the season. He averaged nearly 12 points a game against Washington in the regular season. He now has his average against the Bullets, 12 points. Celtics' biggest lead, 10, 60 to 50. This is the Celtics' biggest lead of the game. Jeff Rulin has come in for Washington, replacing Mahorn at center. Johnson doesn't get the roll. Rulin misses the shot. Ballard comes away. Ballard is in trouble right now. Johnson hits the jump.
Old Johnson knew what to do with it.
Yes, sir.
Ballard was a little undecided, but the rookie is turning into quite a basketball player. Gene Shue going with 3 young players. Rowland, Johnson, and Collins in this series.
Parrish got the rebound, but we're going to get a loose ball foul on Robert Parrish. So that's his second lead by 8 points. As you see your score, 60 to 52 Boston. Ballard. Good position by Haywood, and he is fouled. Fouled by Larry Bird.
Washington is pretty evenly matched with Boston all year long on the boards. I think they were 1 or 2 a game behind only. And they've certainly held their own in these 2 ball games up to now. You can see all 3 blue shirts with
3. The Celtics lead is down to 7. Now it's down to 6. Washington has scored 4 points without a return. 7.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
There's that zone pressure, by the way, on the part of Washington. As you can see, it opens up a lot of opportunities if you get the ball into those corners or under the basket quickly. And that's what the Celtics did. If you're going to extend yourself in a zone posture, you've got to be more aggressive with it. Being passive simply makes you more vulnerable.
Haywood, good job off the missed shot. He followed it well, got the rebound, and knocked it back home after Carr had given everybody a thrill or 2 with a great move. Parrish comes around Ballard on the baseline. Roberts hit 3 in a row here in the second half.
You notice the one fake before he went up for the jumper. This keeps the defense off balance just enough where it's difficult for them to give them that kind of defensive pressure.
Jump ball as ML Carr.
There it is. They get it into the corner quickly. Washington is in 3-1-1 zone posture. Spencer just gives him a little matador move there, or wave, and ML just blows by him.
Celtics control the jump ball. Maxwell with it. 6.5 minutes left. Third quarter. Celtics with an 8-point lead. McHale, who is in replacing Bird. Max posting up on Ballard. Air ball in the jump hook, but Parrish gets the rebound. Oh, the Celtics have a fresh... No, they don't have 24. That didn't hit anything. Now it does, and Parrish gets another rebound. They post up McHale. One-handed fake. No. Washington 3-on-2. Nice feed.
Good job.
Excellent. 64-58.
Washington still isn't looking to create the break, but they're taking it when they have it. Just as that you've got to identify it quickly, which is what Johnson did, and then brought it into the front court.
Going to get a charge here on ML Carr. Here's that fast break. Well, the Bullets did a good job off the offensive boards in this quarterback.
Celts have really gone to sleep again here in this quarter.
Roby, McHale, and Bird. Roby, a great job on Sunday against the Bullets. McHale gets it low. The fall away. No basket. Oh, before the shot. All right, Rick Roby. Jeff Rulin on him. Man of equal height at 6'11". They got Carr alone underneath. The jump hook blocked by Collins.
Fine defensive job.
Outstanding
Walk.
speed.
Yeah. Frank Johnson gave it back to him, but an outstanding defensive play on the part of the Bullets. ML is just cooling it a little too much in terms of his offense. He's got to work a little harder at getting those shots off.
Well, Collins has blazing speed, and he showed it to you there. McHale hits the turnaround, and the Celtics are up 66 to 62. Bird, by the way, hasn't taken a shot yet in the third quarter. Celtics are leading by 4. Ballard, now Rulin, blocked by Carr, but a foul. Up front. Bird the rebound on the missed free throw by Rulin. So it's 66-63. Celtics by 3. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Roby. Now Larry Bird. Ballard's on him tough. Bird goes over him for the jumper. No. Rebound tip. No. Rebound cannot be kept under control. The rebound is scattered again.
Yeah, Tiny threads his way through the minefield here. His head is up. I thought he had Bird in the lane, although that developed that often for this club in the latter part of the season. 6'11", came over from Los Angeles in a Kupchak free agent situation this year.
9-year veteran of the NBA, played his college ball at Marquette, came out early. All right, so Haywood is out, and Jones in replacing him. McHale hits the 2 free throws, and the Celtics lead 5 points. 68-63. Ballard, who has been relatively quiet from the offensive end. Rulin has not. He scored.
That's a good job on the swing of the ball. Nice pass by Jones. Jones isn't a shooter, but he'll give you some D, and he's not a bad passer for a big man.
All right, the Celtics are up by 3. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Bird now has 16 points to lead the Celtics in scoring. Johnson, nice stutter stepping moves by Johnson as he changed his pace several times in that drive. Archibald, Henderson open. Doesn't hit it. Ballard gets the rebound. 70-67. 2.5 minutes left, third quarter. Johnson back again. Double pump. No. Good job by Collins. Basket counts. 10-point lead is dwindled down to 1. And Don Collins will be at the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point play inside the quarter. McHale looking for Bird inside, but Ballard has him tied up. McHale facing the basket with a jumper, no, and the rebound is tipped around, comes into the hands of Frank Johnson.
Celtics are trying to steal a win with less than a complete effort, and that's not going to be easy to do against this ball club. They're gelled into too solid a team.
Deep rebound comes out to Ballard. He takes it back outside. Now Jim Jones, Frank Johnson, minute and 45 to go. Third quarter. Johnson, beautiful job, threading the needle for 2. 73-70. So we got a ball game with a minute and 35 seconds left to play in the third quarter. The Celtics had opened up a 10-point lead, and Henderson expecting
this. Jones looks up. There's Ballard coming across the middle. He's got the good position.
Ballard misses the shot. Collins the rebound. The Bullets are taking it to the Celtics off their own offensive board.
And that kid Collins has done a lot of the damage.
Yes, he has. Roby misses the jumper. Bird with a rebound. The Bullets have outscored the Celtics here 10-2 in the last stretch. Henderson on the drive. Celtics had led 68-65. The Bullets now leading 75-72 with 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. As Washington has taken control of the boards in this third quarter. Rulin loses the ball, but is tipped last by Larry Bird. McHale. Johnson gets it away and hits it.
Again, an opportunistic team. Washington is simply beating Celtics to those loose balls and playing more alertly, and it's paying off for them.
10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Archibald takes it inside, does not score. Bird does. Frank Johnson, three-point shot. Whoa!
A lot of time, as they say. 12 minutes for the Celtics to get it in gear, but it would not be a good game, obviously, to lose if there ever is a good game to lose in a 7-game series.
Crowd trying to rev the Celtics up a little bit here as we start the fourth quarter. Henderson, Carr, Roby, McHale, and Bird. Roby on the jumper, no. And M.L. Carr
technical
was
foul.
grabbing the rim. Got a technical foul.
In the middle, here's the rollover. And M.L. watch, there he is grabbing onto the rim. That's a no-no, no question about the call.
So Greg Ballard shoots the technical free throw, and he hits it. 78-74. Washington a 4-point lead.
Well, trying to get Ballard into the action. He's a good free throw shooter, 83%, but he's only got 2 points. And normally he's the leading scorer, so they'd like to get him.
McHale, the rebound off the missed shot. Henderson pushing it ahead to Bird. Larry hasn't had too many shooting opportunities in the second half. Fourth personal foul. Henderson. Johnson fell down. Henderson's runner hit it too hard off the glass. Fast break Washington to Jim Jones. He can't catch up with it. And he goes up over the table and into the crowd.
Oh, Ruland, I think he thought he was throwing it to Frank Johnson. Jones wasn't about to catch up to that one. It doesn't obviously bounce out of bounds, but you can still catch up to it. That's 6'11" men have a little trouble throwing that pass.
Bird on the turnaround. Gets the good bounce and the good roll. The soft touch of Larry Bird. 70
line. Got him in position, but he took a few too many steps. Celtics have an opportunity here.
Chance to tie the game. Bird, the open jumper, ties the game. Bird's hit his last 2 shots at 78 all. 10 minutes to go. Don Collins quickly up the floor to Mahorn. Washington leads by 2.
Mahorn and Washington hangs tough. Celtics.
Oh, fine play by Carr.
Yeah, they got a little lucky on that play.
3 in a row. 3 in a row for Larry Bird. Greg Ballard for Washington. Collins, who has that blinding speed, has it blocked by McHale.
Collins, with the blinding speed that he possesses, decided to go it himself, ran a 94 and beat his own man, a couple of others, but McHale had his eye on it from the weak side all the way, came over, just swatted it away.
Here it is, watch it.
Outstanding defensive play. There it is. Leans into Roby, but McHale is there to bail things out.
McHale, the Celtics' leading shot blocker against the Bullets on the season. He blocked 21 shots in the 6 games.
6th in the league, right behind Robert Parrish all season long in block shots.
Bird has the hot hand, but he comes up short on that one. And Ruland and Roby both crash into the support.
To put a lot more pressure on that Washington ball. Simply allowed them to set up pretty much the way they do it in practice all game long. Now they're starting to pick up the defensive pressure a bit.
Good job. Roby defensively on Ruland first of all, and then just clearing the rebound away. Now the Celtics with a chance to take the lead here. 8 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. Bird starts to run in on Ballard, but he's called for steps. 82-80. Washington leading with 8 minutes, 25 seconds left to go in the game. As Frank Johnson has just put the Bullets ahead. Henderson looking for Bird, can't find him. Roby. McHale is called for steps as he went up and down. McHale gets it. Well, the Bullets did a great job off the offensive boards, but the Celtics stuffed him a couple of times.
Celtics met the challenge. Tiny tries a dipsy doodle in the traffic. Get it rejected. Here comes Washington. Nice play.
Excellent. Excellent play. Johnson to Hayward, who dished it right back to Frank Johnson. Yes, they have.
Played very, very well. Celtics in this half, at least, have not met the Washington challenge very well.
Philadelphia has taken a 2-0 lead over Milwaukee, beating them 120 to 108. McHale on the nice feed from Robert Parrish. 84-82. 7 minutes to go. Now the Garden crowd chanting defense. As you look at Johnson go around the pick. Missed the shot, but Rulin, great job off the offensive boards by Jeff Rulin. Ball kept in play by Haywood, but the Celtics pick it off. Haywood kept it in play, tipped it right to the Celts. Parrish, blocked by Rulin.
I'll tell you something.
Pops McHale right in the forehead. Parrish hits the front end of the two-shot foul, and he gets them both. So it's tied at 84. 6.5 minutes to go. 84-84. Tough game.
Yep. Celtics are picking it up under the boards, but they've got to do the same defensively.
And step walk. Yep. Defensive pressure by Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale on Rulin. Forced the step.
Good job. The intimidator. Pretty tough when you see that big body hovering over you with those arms outraised. He tried to do it with a lot of pump faking, but it didn't work too well.
Foul and Ballard, Washington.
They will do a better job under those boards, but he won't do half the job defensively that Ballard has been doing.
Bird with a move. Does not get the ball to roll for him, but he'll be at the line to shoot a pair. And he is as consistent as ocean waves. 86% on the season against the league, 86% against the Bullets. Average 11 rebounds against the league, 11 against the Bullets. All right, the Celtics are up by 2, 86-84. Haywood, who's had a Washington wants a timeout.
Spencer, Haywood, and Rulin, and Mahorn were all doing an outstanding job on that offensive board. Here's the time. Ran it in off the backboard.
Here's a sneaker eye view of it.
Make up a shot there, although he's taken that one a few times before. As you said, triggered by the aggressive Celtic defense.
Greavy to get the ball in play does not. 5-second call on Kevin Greavy. Could not get the ball in on the 5-second count as the Celtics continue to pressure on defense.
And
so they get the ball.
Another reflection of what we were saying a moment ago. You know, when they pick up that big, it's very difficult, especially when everyone's denying and good pressure on the ball. Very difficult to get that ball in.
ML banks it in. Make it a 10-point run for the Celtics. 10 unanswered points in the last 2 minutes by the Celtics. 90-84. Spencer Haywood. On the baseline, no.
And a flurry of rebounds. He's done a good job. Now he's got his hands full even further trying to guard Bird.
Bird up over Rulin, though. Parrish keeps the ball alive, but it goes to the hands of Rick Mahorn. And now Frank Johnson. Johnson picked up by McHale, hits the jumper.
Boy, that kid's played himself a ball game.
Down the lane it comes to McHale, and a foul has been called.
Here it is. There's the long lead pass to McHale. Looks like he might have taken a step there, but he gets a lot of help from behind on Mahorn. Mahorn picks up his fifth. Both teams shooting penalty now. You know, if you have any choice at all, you want to take your offense to the basket because you can't afford to run a cold run from the field. You've got to try to pick up the fouls at the same time. Johnson.
Boy, oh boy. He's had a great game. Frank Johnson, only 2 points in the first half, but he has been on fire in the second half.
21 for the game, so he's got 19 here in the second half.
Gerald Henderson, the Celtics lead by a score. Scoreboard is wrong, by the way. Bird on the turnaround. No. Rebound Parrish. He's trying to go back up with it and gets it. 93-90. Celtics with a 3-point lead. And Collins nearly lost the ball. Gets it back from Mahorn. Partially deflected jumper into the hands of Henderson. Bird, 3:40 to go in the game. Pull up. No. Parrish, the rebound. His fall away. No. And we're going to get 94-90. Celtics by 4. 3.5 minutes left. 95-90. 3.5 minutes to play in the game. The Celtics a 5-point lead. Frank Johnson for the Bullets. Haywood. Has it stripped by Henderson, but a foul. 85-92. Boston by 3 points. Cedric Maxwell is in the game. Larry Bird is out. It's Archibald, Carr, McHale, Parrish, and Maxwell. Maxwell's well rested. He hasn't played in a while. Little snake inside move by Max. No, but Carr the rebound. 3 minutes to go. Celtics with a 3-point lead. Washington has played them very, very tough here tonight. Been close all evening long. And a whistle for a foul. He misses that one. So Boston is up by 4. 2:51 left. Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll have game 3 in this series. Frank Johnson takes the foul line jumper, and it does not fall for him.
This is him up with Collins, who's got a little bit of a speed advantage, but let's see what Washington does defensively. Collins is going to guard Maxwell rather than Bird.
All right, Washington and the Celtics. The Celtics leading 96-94. Bird going in with a left-handed shot on Haywood, doesn't get it. Good defense by Haywood, but Johnson walked with it. After he picked up the ball in the corner, he's 2:20 to go in the game. Archibald tries to get it into Maxwell, and Collins with good anticipation on the defense.
Max gave up the spot a little too soon. Tiny lobbed it in. He had to hold that defense off a little bit longer.
Bird spinning away from Haywood. Still looking for a shot, can't get it. Finds McHale. Gets his turnaround. That's his shot. Kevin McHale, the baseline turnaround, 98-94. 2 minutes to go. Celtics by 4. Johnson playing tough chest-up defense on Johnson. Rulin blocked by McHale, but a foul on McHale.
It's a bad call. Here's Rulin winding up for that long sweeping. Looks like he got the ball. Might have got a piece of his arm at the same time. Yeah, I think there are a lot of confidence.
Minute and 45 to go in the game. The Celtics leading 98-96. Game 2 of this series. McHale in on Mahorn, partially blocked. The goaltending is the call.
Well, ball obviously.
Minute and 25 left to go in regulation. Ballard getting it into Rulin, and the Celtics lead 100-98 as Bird comes up against Ballard. Maxwell. They go up top to Robert Parrish, looking for a cutter, and Frank Johnson
in the step.
Archibald with 2 free throws. Buries the first one. 101-98. Celtics with a 3-point lead and 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the game. This has been a grinder from the beginning. One more for Archibald. No. So it remains a 3-point Boston lead with 1 minute to go. All right, Frank Johnson.
Ballard and Johnson, both 3-point shooters. Ballard shoots 41% from that range. As a matter of fact, Johnson 21. So keep that in mind. Harris plays a shot, and boy, Robert, that's all he needs. And they've only missed 2 tonight, I believe.
40 seconds left. The Celtics leading by 1 point. 101-100. Archibald into Robert Parrish. The Chief wheeling in. No good, but a foul call. 2 shots for the Celtics. First one is good. 102-100. Celtics with a 2-point lead and 33 seconds left. No good on the second one. Out of bounds. Off. Washington. Boston ball. Bird went up in the air, and the ball went off the Bullets. It'll be Celtics ball. With 30 seconds to play in the game, the Celtics lead by 2, and they have the ball.
Celtics can run the clock out, or at least run a good portion of the clock out. That's what they're doing now. They've opened up the middle. They're going into their little rocking chair weave. Tiny looking at the clock. It's down to 9. Want to take as much of that 24 seconds as they can.
5 seconds on the shot clock. The shot does not go for Bird. A foul is called on the Celtics on Robert Parrish with 10 seconds left. A foul was called on Robert Parrish with 10 seconds to go. And so the Bullets now take a timeout with 10 seconds left. 102-100. I don't know who Parrish fouled, because I was watching the ball, which Larry Bird had, and took the shot, but the foul was called underneath on Robert Parrish. Did you see anything there, Robert?
No, not underneath. He set a pick on the side, and it's an offensive foul. So with 10 seconds, Washington will have the ball. 2 points down. I would assume they'll obviously go inside. The way the officials have been blowing the contact here in the last quarter. I would think percentage-wise, they'd be better off going to pick up the foul rather than go for the three-pointer and the outright win.
Pick up the foul here.
All right, now watch. Robert throws it out. Now he goes out to pick. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, no question about the foul. The pick. Johnson, who we told you a moment ago, one of the two good three-point shooters other than Greavy, who's on the bench in there. The kid has 23 points for the game, 5, but those are the 3 biggest he's had all game long.
Well behind the three-point circle. That's about a 23, 24-foot shot. Frank Johnson has 26 points in the game now as he's rolling.
They're not putting pressure on the ball. Now they are. What does Chu want? Bird taking it out, which would seem to indicate that he's not going to take a shot, but be careful of the pass and the pass back.
Comes to ML Carr, the jumper. No good. The Celtics